All right, guys, what's up? I got some good news and some bad news. I'm back. I got more videos this week. I literally recorded so many videos yesterday, and then I found out that due to all of the blood being in my massive shoulders and my muscles, none of it was left in my brain. And I didn't have my audio working for my microphone. So today we have that problem solved. We're going to do these videos, and we're going to get right into it. So, first off, let's start in LA with these riots. Okay. Now, I was watching a bunch of stuff on this morning while I was at the gym. I watched a bunch on it yesterday. I've really been trying to keep my eye on it as it's been going on. And the biggest thing that I want you guys to notice is if you watch any interview, any news, any interview of the governor or interview of the mayor or any of the kind of the news outlet clips on this, you'll notice one big thing. It's the language they're using is absolutely insane. Now, this video right here, we're going to take a watch. And I want you to understand that this video was posted before any National Guard of anything. Okay? This is probably why Big Dick Donnie sent in the National Guard. Now, if you didn't catch that, that was Spanish. I believe they pronounced it puta, which is typically a derogatory word that the illegals use sometimes to call you a bitch. Now, I could be wrong. I'm understanding that the real translation may have been lost hundreds of years ago, but I'm pretty sure it's either that or a whale's vagina. It's one or the other. What it means, we don't know. Okay? Now, that being said, if you watch carefully during this video, look at this. So these are big rocks, okay? These are big pieces of concrete right here in this lady's hand. Big piece of concrete that she's breaking. Now, let's keep watching. Here's another guy throwing big pieces of concrete, and those are officers. You can see multiple pieces, but that's really fun. Okay, now, if one of those were to hit you, that could kill you. Okay, if you don't understand how bricks or concrete work in the aspect of a weapon, okay, if you get hit in the head by a cinder block from an overpass a story down, the force can easily kill you. Okay, which means that these people are attempting murder of a police officer. Now, if I was in Florida, the great state in which I have decided to live, we have, several internet famous sheriffs here who constantly do, comparisons for us Florida folk because we're a little slow, all honesty. We have island time. We have, a lot of minorities grouped together. We have a lot of English as a second language human beings down here. And to be honest, a lot of swamp people in Florida, man. So they have to use pictures to show us stuff. So one of our wonderful sheriffs from Polk County likes to do this quite often. And he made a really good comparison is he showed a picture of people with picket signs outside of a building. And he explained to us Florida folk, us simpletons, that this is a protest. He then pulled up pictures like this. Or, let's see, where's the other good ones? Just look at literally any of them. Okay? This is destruction of property. This is assault on an officer. This is a lot of different crimes, to be honest with you. All right? There's arson in there. There's blocking public transportation. There's nuisance. I'm sure that there's obstruction of justice. I'm sure that there's a myriad of crimes that we could see in just these photos alone. This would be a riot, which is the opposite of a peaceful protest. So what they do on the news, guys, is this is what they do. They use words like, oh, they're sending in the National Guard for the protesters. No, the fuck they're not. They're sending in the National Guard for the retards breaking the law. and trying to kill cops. And Newsom and the absolute idiot who runs LA, like, how many times does she have to burn her own shit down during her term? Like legitimately. Like, they had the fires, which a lot of people are saying were started. Okay. We have the riots now burning. Like, who lives in California still? That's like, if you've never been there, guys, California, at least Northern California, okay, which I frequent. I'm a wine connoisseur, despite what I look like. Okay. I have more wine in my wine cellar than most of you make in an annual year. Okay. And that's not a joke. That's just the truth. Uh, I love Napa Valley. It is my favorite place. If I could live in one place the rest of my life, it would be Napa Valley. Why? The weather is glorious. Okay? You can wear shorts during the day. You can wear a hoodie every night. You can wear sweatpants by the fire while drinking wine or coffee. You can go out and do a run and sweat in the sun. Basically, 9 months a year, 10 months a year. There's a couple months where it's pretty cold, and that's okay. I love California. I especially love Northern California. The fact that it is literally one of the most perfect places on earth to me and is being treated like this is absolutely insane. Now, I also want to pull up this gem because this is literally, this video may be the epitome of mental retard. And first, we're going to start with they're wearing COVID masks. Still, why is it like? Why has that been the calling card since 2020 of low IQ people? Is it just part of like your daily wear? Like when you get in the car and you fart, do you just put on a mask so that you don't smell your own farts? Like what is the purpose? Okay. Secondly, they're all holding up different countries' flags, probably where, at least we know where to send them, which is great. Sadly, none of these are El Salvadorian flags because that's where they all should go. Okay. But this is not this man's car. Okay. I have a feeling not his car, which makes this arson, theft, destruction of property, intimidation. I mean, we could go through and find a myriad of things that this young person, man, I'm assuming, because his breasts are out, right? I'm assuming he identifies as a man because he has a pee-pee. Okay, I know it's June, so there's some of you snowflakes who get a little fed up with that shit this month. And hey, it's your month. You get to put, it's tummy sticks and taco slams all month, baby. Like whatever you're into, you get to do it. Okay, and we have to clap and pretend that we give a fuck who you sleep with. Okay, but that's a different video for another day. Okay, here's the problem with this, guys. If you hate our country so much that you snuck into it illegally to escape whatever the fuck you were from, just go back. We don't want you here. The majority of Americans hate you. Okay? I want you to know that. Like, the majority of Americans voted for Trump because of immigration. He talked about it every speech. They asked him, what are you going to do? I'm going to get them the fuck out of here. And now he goes into the number one place that does this. And here's why California cares. This is why they don't want these people to leave. Is because they don't have voter ID in California. So all these people on the government tit go to California so that they don't have to work. They don't have to do anything. They can mobilize and do this shit. And we're paying for it. Which is why every American who actually pays taxes hates this shit. Which is the majority of Americans. Okay, the majority of Americans pay an absurd amount of tax. Okay, for putas to take our money, buy bricks with it if Soros hasn't bought them for them already, and then throw them at police officers. And they think that we don't want Trump to go in there with the National Guard. I hope he sends in the Rangers. I hope he sends in the SEALs. And I hope to God he just puts them amongst the ICE raiders and he just tells them, hey, if someone throws anything at you that makes you feel unsafe, put one between their eyes. Because that's what should happen. If I tried to kill a police officer, they would try to kill me back. And if I fucked around, I should find out. And the fact that these people they're not just putting tanks down the road and just, you know what, we don't have to deport them if they don't wake up. It doesn't matter if you're a citizen or an illegal at this point. It doesn't matter. If you try to kill police officers, we should just put you in a line out on a brick wall somewhere and take care of it. Now, some of you may go, that's extreme. You're going to start a civil war. If we had a civil war, you pussies would lose so fast. It's insane. What side, logically, would you want to be on in a civil war? Honestly, think about this. The side with Trump, the military, the veterans, the police officers, the firemen, all the armed forces, and all the 2A psychopaths, and all the gun owners? Or the people doing pup play and wearing BDSM and getting fucked in the Senate office anally by another dude? What team do you want to be on? How long do you think that civil war lasts? You want to know why this shit doesn't happen in Florida? Because we'd throw you over the fence on 75 in Alligator Alley and you'd be animal shit in 3 days. Okay, we don't give a fuck about you people. And we have a shitload of immigrants. There's 2 ways to do it. You come over properly through the ports, or in Florida, if you can make the swim, we pretty much let you in, because that's a hell of a fucking swim. Okay? Like, it's fuck. That Cuban swim is no joke. Okay? So, like, we kind of give you, like, Florida's kind of like, hey, you made it. Good job. Like, we kind of turn our back on that a little bit. Okay? And again, I get it. I get it. But if anyone in Florida ever thought that their welcome was not being appreciated illegally and they tried this shit, we would have it shut down so fast. I'll give you a perfect example, okay? BLM. Remember that in the summer of, what was it, 2020? Yeah, it was the summer of 2020, right? They were going to come and do, that was when they were doing the mostly peaceful protests in all the cities, right? Where they would burn and loot and do this kind of stupid shit and call it a protest. Not a protest. Crime waves. Terrorism is what it's called. Okay? Use it by the proper terminology. And they said they were going to do one in Fort Myers. So we had all our cameras set up. I was sitting in my house with a hard-on and 4 rifles fully loaded with hollow points, praying that the path that protest took went anywhere near one of my gyms. Literally praying to God with a Bible in one hand and my hard cock in the other, waiting to just rub one out and empty a clip into these morons. All they had to do was break one window and impede my safety. Okay, I wasn't just going to start shooting strangers. That's illegal. But in Florida, go ahead and impede someone's safety and see what the law protects you to do. Okay? That's why none of that shit happens here. And we kind of have this unspoken rule. We don't care how much money you got. We don't care what color you are. Shut the fuck up and do your own shit. And leave everyone else the fuck alone. And if you can do those things, guess what will happen to you? Nothing. We're good. We'll dap you up and we'll have another day. That is how it works. Okay? These people need to be taken care of. It needs to be harsh, it needs to be public, and it needs to be massive. And the reason that those things need to happen is because they are breaking laws and threatening lives and ruining the local economy in LA. They're ruining it. Who do you think wants to own this business right here? Who do you think wants to own this storefront right here? Who do you think wants to buy self-driving cars for taxis? No one. Let me explain that to you. No one. Because you know what's going to happen to all these people? Nothing. And everyone at home knows it. You, me, all of us watching, we know none of these people are going to get prosecuted, thrown in jail, have anything negative happen to them. We know this because we've watched it play out in Democratic city after Democratic city after Democratic city in the entire summer of 2020. And they think 5 years later we forgot? No, we've seen this play before. Anytime Trump does anything, they pay people to go out and do this shit. As a matter of fact, there was a job ad. Now, again, it is the internet, okay? LA rioter job ad. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet. Here it is. Looking for toughest badasses in the city. Will pay $6,000 to $12,000 per week. Now, you might be saying, well, Aaron, nobody's going to pay them that. Yeah, no, we are. That's what you guys don't understand. An NGO owns this company, hands the money to some asshole. That asshole goes out, puts the Craigslist ad out, then takes our money and goes and distributes these people and pays them. That is how that works. Okay? That's what they did in 2020. That's what they did at the Kamala rallies. That's what they did with Joe Biden. This is what they do. This is why when Elon and Doge went into the records and they said, you don't have to even prove where any of the government money is being spent, that is obscene and insane. This is the kind of shit that it was going to. And you can't say it wasn't, because there was no one at all doing any accountability on it. They just have a never-ending flow of our tax dollars, okay? And they spend them on shit like this. So, just so you know, this is what happens. This is the truth. And what Trump needs to do is he needs to go in there and he needs to make an absolute example. He needs to stop playing it correctly. He needs to stop, like Gavin Newsom, sue him all you want. I hope he goes in there with the National Guard and just mows down all of these people who did this. Every single person who shoots or throws anything at a cop, just put one down on him. Put one in him. And at the end of, I'll bet you, within 2 hours, people stop doing that shit. Because they're going to go, hey, what happened to Chuck? Oh, Chuck threw a brick. Where's Chuck? Or where's Chuck? Well, part of him's over there. Part of him's over there. That's the exit wound. Chuck gone. Ah, where's Todd? Todd did the same thing. Hey, I got a brick. You want to throw it? No. I saw Chuck and Todd. Right? Or in the case of these people, probably, what should we use as names? Well, no, that wouldn't be the case. It'd be like, well, what did Chuck identify as? Well, now Chuck identifies as all over the street. Right? He's for the streets now. That's what he identifies as. What about Todd? Todd was definitely a they, them, right? But these are the things that need to happen. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.